We're coming to you from the University of Pennsylvania's Annenberg Center, which means The Daily Show is officially in Philadelphia, baby. We're here. We made it here. That's right. Week two of the conventions. Now, last week was Cleveland, and this week we're clearly in the manliest city in America because everything in this city is about men. Everything. It's the city of brotherly love, home of the founding fathers, yeah, boys to men, yeah. Like, even the football team is the Eagles, the only animal that has male pattern baldness, the only one. I mean, on top of the City Hall Tower, I saw a statue of William Penn with his dick out. He has it out. It looks like he's peeing on Philadelphia. And here's what's so great about all of this. All this masculinity, and this city made history by nominating America's first major party female presidential candidate, which is so exciting. And to chat more about it, we have a guest tonight. The chairman of Hillary Clinton's campaign, John Podesta, will be joining us, which is really exciting. So, to get straight into it, last night was the start of the Democratic National Convention, and they had bigger speakers than exhibit in a stretch Hummer. I mean, they had Cory Booker, they had Elizabeth Warren, Elijah Cummings, and of course, Senator Demi Lovato. Eva Longoria was there, Sarah Silverman, and this was just night one. Night one. At this rate, on Thursday, what are they going to bring out, like Abraham Lincoln? He's going to come out and be like, I came back from the dead to vote for Hillary Clinton and to see the rest of that play I was watching. This time I want to sit in the back. So many stars, so many stars. And just when you were like, you know, how can they top all this? How can they improve on this? Is when they brought in the supernova, Michelle Obama.
Today, I wake up every morning in a house that was built by slaves. And I watch my daughters, two beautiful, intelligent black young women, playing with their dogs on the White House lawn.
I feel like the people cheered early on the slaves' parts. They were excited, because I grew up in a house built by slaves, and they were just, I live in a house, yay! Built by slaves, oh, no. Sorry. I felt bad for the Republicans last night, because whatever your politics, you have to admit these days, they just can't bring that kind of star power. They don't have a Michelle Obama. They just have a Michelle Obama Tribute Act. You know, what was really amazing about last night is that it was almost a disaster for the Democrats. For most of the day, it seemed like the party was going to rip itself apart at the seams because the day started like this.
A revolt in the Democratic Party.
Democratic National Committee Chairwoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz forced to resign amid a massive email leak showing DNC staffers favoring Hillary Clinton over Bernie Sanders during the Democratic primary.
The abrupt resignation comes after an email hacking scandal at the DNC.
Another one? Another email scandal? Oh, the Democrats get up to more with emails than the Nigerian prince. Like, what the hell? Now, if you haven't caught it in the news, this is what happened. Someone hacked the DNC, possibly the Russians, leaking 19,000 of their emails. Now, fortunately, there were no nudes, but the private bits that were exposed included messages of party officials plotting against Bernie Sanders during the primaries. So in the wake of Hillary's private server controversy, clearly Democrats have a problem managing their email. Fortunately, Jordan Klepper and Hassan Minhaj have a plan.
Democratic Convention, day one. Hassan and I teamed up to help prevent Democrats from repeating their electronic mistakes.
It's hard to secure the emails, you know, it really is.
I think cybersecurity is going to be one of the hottest issues that faces the next president.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yeah, I do.
You see this? So...
I think it doesn't reflect well on the Democratic Party.
Can I see your cell phone real quick?
Sure.
So, yeah.
Oh my God!
Let me get it whizzed out.
Sure. Do you have a cell phone?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool. Is it?
Hey, man, are you with the DNC?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Thanks, guys. Good job. And P.S. Hassan was arrested after that piece. And Jordan was given a stern warning. Now the Democrats responded to this leak by asking DNC Chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz to step the out of here. But the damage was already done. You know, Bernie Sanders supporters went crazy. The DNC couldn't do anything to calm them down. They apologized to Bernie. They apologized to his supporters. Then they even asked Bernie to talk to his own supporters, which is a good plan, because if Bernie fans would listen to anyone, they would listen to him.
We have got to elect Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine. This is the real world that we live in.
What? Man, you gotta love Bernie Sanders. He spent the last year teaching people to dream the impossible dream. Universal health care, trillion in infrastructure, free college, all paid for with historic tax hikes. And now in a room full of the people who love those ideas, he's coming out like a disillusioned Peter Pan. You know, it's just like, clap all you want, Tinkerbell's not coming back. This is real life. And what's even crazier to me is that his own fans are booing him. We love you, Bernie. We'd follow you anywhere. I think we should vote for Hillary. F you, old man. Even the birds landing on his podium have changed their tune. Like, what the hell's going on? All day long, the Bernie camp, you know, the Bernie or bus camp, they were marching around Philly booing everything. And down at City Hall, the best news team was there to ask just how serious the extreme Bernie fans were.
Ronnie and I headed to Philly City Hall to see if Bernie's plea had changed the minds of his most hardcore supporters.
So you agree with Bernie that you got to do whatever it takes to stop Trump?
Yes.
Which means also voting for Hillary?
No.
Ronnie, Ronnie, let me explain this again to you, Ronnie.
Cool.
I'm not voting for Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton.
Can you explain to me standing up without doing yoga? Thanks.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Voting for Hillary is a vote to stop Trump, which is what Bernie wants, right?
Absolutely.
So you'll vote for Hillary?
Absolutely not.
What if I told you that not voting for Hillary Clinton will result in a Donald Trump victory?
I would not believe what you were saying to me and reject it as not even the point or the question that should be being asked.
So what question should be asked?
The movement is much more than Bernie Sanders.
So you will support taking Bernie down?
If that's what it takes, then that's what it takes.
That's some Game of Thrones right there.
Ronnie Chang and Roy Wood Jr., thank you so much, guys. You know, I will say this. Before I came to Philly, I was told two things: cheesesteaks and booing. Like, Philly fans are notorious for booing anything. In fact, when we landed in Philly, the pilot was like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we've landed safely in Philadelphia," and the crowd was like, "Boo!" And last night at the DNC, Bernie fans had that exact same Philly spirits.
Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine want to build an economy that works for everyone, not just the people at the top.
Hillary Clinton, because of her. Donald Trump, well, like most Republicans, he chooses to reject science.
Openly discriminate against gays and lesbians. That's Donald Trump's America.
Okay, can I suggest something real quick? Let me suggest something. I understand people like booing, but we need some booing clarity, okay? You can't give the same boo to Hillary as you do to the discrimination of gay people. It's not the same thing. I'll give you an example. In most parts of Africa, we have two distinct different types of expressions from a crowd, right? Booing is for an individual. You boo a person. If something shocks you or is unbelievable, then you go, ah. So if someone's on stage and they go, "People are being robbed every day," then you're like, ah, and I am the one robbing you. Boo! You gotta separate them so we know what's happening. But this is why Michelle Obama is such a superstar. In the midst of all this chaos, she stepped into the boos. And like a reverse Moses, she brought both sides together. And what happened last night was in complete contrast to what we saw in Cleveland, because it showed that there's more than one way to unify people. You know, the Republican convention united people in their fear and hatred. The Democrats were equally shameless, but in the other direction. Instead of fear-mongering, they were hope-mongering.
We must instill hope in every American.
Love and hope.
Our party hears every voice and empowers every person.
All of us are ready for an America that rejects discrimination and embraces diversity.
America remains a welcoming nation.
One of my favorite sayings, it's an African saying, and it says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together.
That's true. That's actually a common African saying, but it's kind of outdated since we got Uber. You know, it's like a... Now when we hang out, we're more like, if you want to go soon, my driver Kevin is 3 minutes away. The real test, however, of the party's unity came at the end of the night, when the socialist sex symbol himself got up onto that stage to speak.
Any objective observer will conclude that based on her ideas and her leadership, Hillary Clinton must become the next president of the United States. And I am proud to stand with her tonight. Thank you all very much.
Wow. Just like that, Bernie's 2016 run was over. And it really was a bittersweet moment for everyone involved, especially for the liberal wing of the Democratic Party, some of whom were actually in tears as Bernie delivered his swan song. Yeah, there were so many white women crying. I thought Pinterest had died. It really was an emotional day, which kind of reminds me of another African saying, "Abantu base America bashanya," which translated means, these Americans are crazy, yeah? Hey there, thanks for watching. If you liked that video, click here to subscribe. Just keep the mouse pointer away from my face, please. Don't, here, click here to, not my face, click here, please. Please, that looks, don't do that, that's sharp, click here to subscribe.